Hey guys, how's it? Bringing you another video, this time playing Renekton top lane. Now, you probably will see top lane content increase as my team, Absolute Zero. We're just trying something out right now, just seeing how it fits, of me going top, just, testing it out. It's not for 100% that we're going to do it, just testing it out in ranked 5s. And I'm playing solo queue, just finished streaming at twitch.tv/HuzzyGames. And had a few good top lane games. I played top lane all the games and did fairly well every single one. Only a few mistakes I can recall. But yeah, apart from that, top lane's pretty fun. It's a trading lane. It's a very snowbally lane as well. If you get behind in top lane, you're going to have a hard time farming and such things. But Renekton is one of my favourite champions in the game. Always has been and probably always will be. I like his champion model. I like his kit. I like how his spells interact with each other. Just overall, I think he's a great champion. Now, Renekton actually got an indirect buff through all the changes that's been happening into the recent patches. The biggest one being the nerf to Doran's Shield. So Doran's Shield, for those who aren't aware, got nerfed its health, and I think it actually got nerfed its regen. And maybe, I don't think they touched the passive of it, but it got nerfed quite a little bit. And that's why Renekton has had a little bit of a buff, even more so because Renekton's strength is early game. Everybody knows this. He's a very strong early game top laner and has a lot of pressure, and if Doran's Shield, one of the main defense items in the early game, got nerfed, then it buffs him a little bit, because you go Doran's Blade on Renekton in a lot of matchups because it just gives you so much more damage. It gives you so much more regen from just spam auto attacking, because the whole point of Doran's Blade is you get health back from auto attacks, and if you're a Renekton, you should have dominance in lane to do them auto attacks. So I'm against a Trundle, which is known as just a counter lane. Is that he will eventually outscale me, which is obviously going to be quite difficult for me. So we're going to have to try and see if I can make stuff happen before that happens. You can see his damage is already quite high. You can't underestimate a Trundle. Now, as for runes and masteries, I'm going to actually make them pop up on the screen right now. You can see the runes that I run some cooldown reduction as well as, AD, etc. And then my masteries are 2190. I don't know how long I'll keep them up on the screen. Obviously, I'm recording this after I'll put them up. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do that type of thing a little bit more, having them up on the screen. You can all obviously pause the video at the time that they pop up to make sure that you know what I've taken. So, hit level 2, leveled up the E, so Q then E. Now, that's the kind of skill order that you're going to level. So Renekton, you max your ultimate first, like anything else. Then go for Q, as it's the most sustain, as well as your best wave clear. And then max your E, as it gets rid of armor, and actually is a very good escape. Having that on a low cooldown is always a good idea. And then your W last, because, it's a good stun, and it's a good burst, little bit of damage. But still, it's not as important as the either escape, or armor pen, or the wave clear with Q. So I am pushing Trundle to tower right now, as this is a fairly basic way of denying a Trundle early game. Is just have him directly under tower. He's not going to be great at last hitting, and it's something that I do, quite a bit. Now Lee Sin is going to make his way up top lane. Now right now Trundle's fairly low, and you can see Lee's actually half health with double buff. So very nice pillar, and I'm just going to go on Lee Sin, ignite him up, go for the kill, even flash on top of him, and he's so close to dying. So that obviously was a kind of successful, kind of not successful gank for them. Meanwhile, though, at bot lane, my bot lane managed to get 2 kills. So now we are 2-0 up overall in the overall score of things. And they didn't get anything top. Obviously, they got my summoners because I was trying to go for the kill. If I managed to kill Lee Sin there, that would have been an extremely good situation for me. As double buffs Renekton, you're not going to have a very nice time as a Trundle in the early game against double buffs Renekton. So again, just continue pushing it, continue applying pressure. Got 10 more CS than Trundle already, so that is over a wave worth of CS that I've been able to make him lose due to pushing it under tower. And bot lane has already taken this tower, so that is extremely fast, and that's because nobody came. Lee Sin didn't go there straight away. They killed the bot lane, and they had nobody, around. So they simply took it. That's a great little lead for us already in the early game. We're already nearly, 2,500 gold ahead at 5 minutes. So this game is looking rather good as of right now. Gragas also being extremely low and does go down. So that makes the score go to 3-0. Team's doing rather well. Lee Sin is obviously a very early game jungler, but he hasn't managed to do anything yet. I would say ganking a Renekton early is a good and bad idea. Renekton, if like that, he can just turn and try to kill you, and you don't get anything for the gank, then you're not looking quite good. Because you know a Trundle's going to outscale a Renekton, that's just the inevitable. So you either can just let Trundle farm as well as he can, but if you don't help a Trundle, I suppose Renekton will probably just steamroll over him in the early game. But then level 6, you have to be a bit more careful as the Crocodile. So just farming up. I'm going to actually speed up the game a little bit while I go on the Trundle. Doubt I'm going to get a kill or anything on him right here. So just going to speed up the game. Obviously, I'm used to doing jungle commentaries that, well, recently anyway, that I can just speed it up between camps, where top lane is a bit more different. So I'm just going to push it in. Now, you can see Lee Sin has come for a top lane gank, but really not got anything. And this is where Huz goes mega derp mode and tries to go for the kill. So get Trundle really low, get his flash, and here we go, ready for derp mode. So I am staying in the area. I'm thinking if I can E, and then E again, bam, Trundle gets the level up, which basically just screwed me over. If he didn't get that level up, I would have got the kill, and I very much doubt Lee Sin would have been able to kill me, but alas, the level up kind of ruined my little party that I was happening. You know, he stole the resistances, got health back, and the overall just made me die. But yeah, that was very greedy by me, and let's call it a bad play. It was a bad play. So yeah, that is something I will not do in the foreseeable future. Anyway, speeding up the game again, I'll actually speed up really a lot while I'm working my way back into lane. There is a little bit of fighting going on in the bot lane, but it's a kind of even trade 2 for 2 right now, and I think that'll be it for the fight. So we're back in lane, and now we've got to be careful of Trundle. The only good thing we have going for us right now is he's gone for a Chain Vest. Chain Vest Trundle means that he won't be doing a massive amount of damage. You can see that his damage is still fairly high, although that was mainly my bad for running into a lot of minions. You know, Trundle, a lot of people forget, when you're trading with Trundle, you're also trading with minions, because he can pillar you in such a way that minions will probably go for you. If you get in the middle of them, try to E out or something along them lines, he's going to pillar you and you're going to take a lot of minion harass. So anyway, I went for the pickaxe for a number of reasons. You can see my damage is actually fairly high right now, but still have to be fairly careful of him. We're going to go for a little brawling fight, but he won't win this fight here. But I doubt I'll be able to kill him either. He does manage to get away. But still, this is still me applying pressure. This is still me hopefully winning the lane in the, you know, the next few levels. I still have to be careful of Trundle because he can kill me. The only thing as well that is good for me and bad for Trundle is he went teleport. He went teleport against the counter lane, which in theory is not a bad idea. But he went teleport against a Renekton that he knows that about level 6, 7 onwards, he will be able to kill with ultimate, with ignite, and if he goes Blade of the Ruin King, then with Blade. It's a fairly easy kill for Trundle when you're playing against Renekton in the mid stages of a game. But he opted for teleport, which, I don't know, you could probably say Wicked maybe influenced him if he watches Wicked, because Wicked recently, who plays for Alliance, has been taking teleport on a lot of top laners. For example, Aurelia. Aurelia is like his signature champion that everybody knows he's great on. But he takes teleport on her for global pressure, that he can just farm, very good wave clear with her ultimate, and maybe trade even with without ignite, and then teleport away. For solo queue though, I don't know if that's the best idea. A lot of the time in top, you just want to win your lane, but hey ho, you know, this guy may be a top lane, I'm not really sure. My team do secure the dragon, and I think they will actually maybe pick up the Lee Sin here as well, or not really sure, maybe they just back out. So my team's doing fairly well around the map. Now that is the one thing I have to talk about top lane, is top lane in solo queue is not always the fun lane that I know it is in rank 5s. Top lane in solo queue can be very frustrating because you have no impact of what your team is doing. Trundle is going for a trade on me. Use one slice for the armor. He goes for the ultimate, but I doubt he'll be able to kill me this time. I go for a little bit of sustain with my Q, and I think I will survive this quite easily. Use my ultimate at the right time so he can't go for the kill, and that has made me survive this current gank, or current fight, but unfortunately, right on the tip, Lee Sin manages to get that Q and then uses his ultimate, and I do go down. So that is really unfortunate for me. You know, I thought the Lee Sin may not be in range, but again, my bad. I should have E'd totally out the way. So yeah, two plays that are purely my faults. You may be thinking, you know, the lane or this game isn't going great for me. Why have I made this into a commentary? Well, it's kind of just to show you that you don't have to do amazingly well, especially in the early game, even as Renekton. Renekton, yes, is a early game AD, while Nocturne is going ham onto the Trundle. He's an early game AD top laner, but you don't have to, go 6-0 in lane. You can do other things to secure wins, and there will be other commentaries coming up on the channel soon, and I may even make a video about it. You don't have to be fed to help your team win. There are many things you can do to secure the win. So anyway, Trundle is wanting to base, and I think I'm going to try and stop him. Do stop him in the end of the day, but he will go fairly aggressive on me, obviously taking them few tower hits when I'm going damage. Will do a lot of damage to me because I've got no armor. Now, you may ask again, why am I going pure damage Renekton if I know that he's going to outscale me? Because it's Trundle. At the end of the day, if you're playing Shyvana, if you're playing Trundle, anything like that, you want to go into the damage. Now, again, I stop his base, but this isn't great for me. I do flash out the way. Nocturne was pinging me just to stop him basing, but we're going to see if we can do something here. Nocturne does ult, straight onto the Trundle. Trundle flashes, and this trade may go okay for us. So use ultimate. We're going for the Lee Sin. Use the E. Hopefully Nocturne will be able to pick him up. Bam, shut down, but I think he will also go down. So nothing for Trundle. Trundle didn't get an assist for any of them kills. So again, a bit worth. He got his flash. But yeah, that was an okay trade. Now, one thing I have to note is the enemy Lee Sin is actually going tank Lee Sin, even though he has 5 kills, which is a bit questionable. If I was him, I would just go damage because he's doing so well. Now, right there, I forced Trundle ult, which is really good for me. I forced his ult, so either I can trade with him now that he doesn't have it up, or when he comes back to lane, he won't have it up straight away. So having that down kind of relieves the pressure of him killing me in the, near future. But I still have to be careful, obviously. Lee Sin has had a keen eye for top lane a little bit in this game. But we're doing okay. So I'm going to speed up the game while I base. Going to go back and buy. And here was the point that I was like, right, am I either going to go into Giant's Belt or am I just going to go to more damage? And I decided just more damage. Trundle will just steal all the armor or anything that I buy. So go more damage, get that Ravenous Hydra, keep him pushed so he can't TP away or he can't help his team. And that was basically my plan for this game. I'm still got a CS lead. I've died twice, still got a CS lead, so that's okay. Although he does have a bit of an XP lead on me. Slow down the game. And you can see my damage. Even though he's tanky, even though he's got a level ahead of me, my trading is okay. I came out of that trade pretty damn good, considering everything. He does have his ultimate. It's a very low cooldown, and that is one of the biggest complaints people have. Trundle is very strong in the current meta due to his ultimate mainly. But even that ultimate is a very low cooldown. And if you've got a low cooldown, very strong ultimate, then it's going to make things harder. If it was the same cooldown as, say, Renekton, let's actually compare. We've got Trundle as 82nd, we've got Renekton that is 108. So yeah, a considerable amount more is Renekton's ult to Trundle's. Now, he is tanking quite a lot of minions, so I was thinking, right, kill the tower, maybe, if he doesn't focus me, and then go for him. But I do just decide to back out. But again, he's very, very low, so I'm thinking maybe I can get a kill on this guy soon. I know he doesn't have flash. But I don't have mine either, and bam, he's going for the kill. He does use his ultimate, I use mine, and we just trade ultimates. He is a bit scared of the Nocturne ult, but realises it's not here in top lane. But I should regen fairly easily. Bam, there goes the wave, and he's really low health. Now, I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, I remember. This was a massive lag spike that I actually had while streaming, and I have no idea what happened. He should have turned and killed me. I had no control of my character right there, and I've actually been suffering from that a little bit. For a few days now, or a few weeks, just only when I'm streaming, I'll just lag out every now and then, which is really weird. But yeah, unfortunate there, because if I stayed in lane, I would have actually built up a bit more of an advantage. Because of that lag out, I missed the gold from the tower, I missed the wave. So yeah, it wasn't a great time to lag. It's never a great time to lag, but it happened. So my team is cleaning up turrets, taking dragons while everything is going on. Now that is one thing that people may say in the comments below. If I start doing more top content, I won't have a massive impact in the game, in the early game. That is true. We're going to be mainly focusing in just how I do in the top lane. Obviously this game hasn't been an amazing example of that, but there will be, trust me, of games that I do quite well in the top lane. But then top laners you'll find are very important late game. They are the ones that either engage, they're peelers, or they're just people that can flat out kill like a squishy AD carry. So there's many things a top laner can do to help their team win, and they don't have to be fed to do it. I'll be uploading a Shyvana commentary in the next few days that will be showing that off as well. Now Lee Sin again is top lane, do manage just to E over the wall, dodge the Q. and get away nice and safe. He's just going to be doing a bit of farming. But again, he's 5-2-2 and in my opinion kind of wasting them kills. You know, he's not going to be a big threat. He's basically a kick machine if you go tankly. That's all he's there for. If you go tank and just be a nuisance, and he's not going to do the damage needed that his, you know, kills currently gave him the gold for. Now I have backed. Nocturne has used ult, but doesn't even go anywhere. I think it was mainly just to scare people. I'm not really exactly sure. And I'm just going to head back to top lane. Trundle, again, is heading to top. He's got a Sunfire, already bought it. Now, my Trundle build, I generally do, is Rush Blade of the Ruin King. Pretty much against anything. You know, Blade of the Ruin King Trundle, with your ultimate, can kill, I'd say, 95% of top laners if you play it right. Now we're going for a bit of trade. Now he is actually a level above me, so I have to be careful, but he's standing in the middle of minions. So this trade is not bad for me. I used my Ignite on him because I was expecting him to do something, but nothing really happened. But came out top of that trade due to his own mistake there. And now I still have pressure up the top. You know, having pressure on a Trundle at this stage of the game is actually pretty damn, you know, strong as a Renekton. And my plan, like I said, is keep him up here. If he goes to the enemy, if he goes to the rest of the team, or my team, then we're in trouble. But if I manage to keep him here, then we're looking pretty good. Throw a ward in this general area because this is a quite nice ward. You can see if people are coming from the left, right, this way, this way, this way, this way. All different ways you can see people coming from. So yeah, it's a pretty damn good ward overall. Now mid lane there was a little bit of a trade. Lucian has to be very careful. Does use his barrier, manages to survive for now, and I think he will. But anyway, back to top lane. Trundle is looking to do a bit of damage to me. Use the stun, which is not the most effective way of using it, obviously, because I don't have any Fury. That is one thing I have to do better, because obviously just picking up top lane a little bit more, learning the champions a little bit more inside and out, I've got to manage my Fury a little bit better as Renekton. But I'm doing okay. You know, in rank 5s I've been playing against some Diamond 1 top laners and winning lane. As Renekton, you know, I would say he is my best top laner right now because he's just my most played over the years. But yeah, it's going okay as my Renekton. There's a team fight happening. You know, hopefully they can pick up the Lee Sin, but I'm not really sure they will. They have to be very careful as they have overextended into the enemy jungle with 4v2. Nocturne may get away, not really sure, and I don't think he will. So he's going to run directly into a Trundle. Trundle is roaming down, and honestly, there would be no way of me stopping this. He walked before me, and yeah, there's no way of stopping it, and they're going to give the kill to Trundle as well. So that's not great. Being over here when your AD carry is back in base and your mid laner is farming is not always a good idea for a jungler and support. So again, I'm going to go back and buy. So currently I have the most CS in the game, even though I've died twice, which is an okay feat, but it is Renekton, and you know, Renekton, he does have a lot of farm capabilities. Now mid lane there is a little bit of a skirmish going on. Zed has made some nice plays. I'm coming in as quickly as I can, seeing what I can do. See if I can pick up a double kill or something like this. So I flash E and then E again, and then here's where I derped for the second time. I thought Gragas died, but then realized he didn't. So I was like, wait, I'm gonna farm. But then everyone was like, wait, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, my bad. I thought he died, and you know, honestly, I thought he did. I don't know why I thought he died, but I just did. Now, on hindsight, obviously, I haven't watched this yet. I literally played the game about 2 hours ago. If I knew he was basing there, that would be probably a free kill. So that's unfortunate we didn't know. Trundle is also basing over there. So me and Nocturne will have pressure on the enemy blue buff, which is always nice. So normally, as Renekton, if I'm winning lane, I will steal away blue buffs as Renekton. I will take it for myself. But seeing that Nocturne is in the area, I think he does come over and take it for himself. Obviously, him having mana is useful for the mana regen, as well as, you know, the cooldown. Going to continue pressuring top, maybe, but we are in a bit of trouble here. Just stealing out their blue, but now we should both get away. So I just bait them a little bit, use the second E to dodge the hook, and we get out nice and safe, even though there was 4 or so of the enemy team. Now Lucian makes a mistake here as well, of I don't know what he was trying to do. Gragas ult does go down though, but I don't know what he was trying to do there. He was completely out of position, which happens to us all, you know, it does happen. We're not all, you know, heroes that just position amazingly well every fight. And here comes the team fight. So this is the first team fight Renekton. You know, I'm just in the middle, killing everything that I can. Just go on to whatever that's low. But you can see Trundle is currently playing Whack-A-Mole, which is a bit of a not good situation for us. I get just instantly killed. and that will be the team fight. So that team fight was bad. We had a 4v5 team fight, and honestly, at the start of that was 3v5 because Zed was not in the fight. I don't know what Zed was doing. I think he was around bot lane or something. So that was not great. In the end of the day, Lucian died. That they had an AD carry, we didn't. So that it's a bit of trouble when we lose a team fight, but not all hopes are lost because that was a poor team fight decision by us, not poorly played. It is a slight difference. That if we were 5v5, I doubt they would have won that team fight. As Lucian is fairly strong right now, much stronger than the enemy Ezreal, anyway, for that matter. So I have just spawned, and if we look into my item build, I've got my Ravenous Hydra, now into my Randuins. Still got tier 1 boots, but they will eventually, I believe, go into the Ninja Tabby. And then, if this game would go long, Spirit Visage in there and other things. Now, Nocturne actually did fail Smite there. I've had a parade of people failing Smites today. But we're going to continue trying to go for some kills. Gragas will just jump into me, but Nocturne picks it up, and Trundle is in the area. So this guy will hurt me quite a bit. He is playing whack-a-mole on my head, but I think I will go into ultimate any second if I have it up, maybe, or I don't have it up yet, but this is okay situation for us. Trundle is going to continue going for Lucian, but the thing with Trundle is that, he's a pure kite champion. You just kite him, and that's the end of that. But I thought we were going to, stop. I thought he was going to get away, but he goes the wrong way. He goes further back into the the jungle or the lane. So this is a free kill for us, and I actually managed to pick it up from ourselves. So in all these team fights, excuse me, I have actually picked up a considerable amount of kills. Now I am 4-3-4, being fairly useful in these team fights, getting in the middle of them, just doing a lot of AoE damage. And Lee Sin will do a trick play, but I think he will still die for it. He kicks the Zed, but unfortunately for him, he also misses the Q. So there is another kill on Lee Sin. Big wave top, so I have decided to go back and buy. So I'm going to just speed up the game once more, just so I have enough time to, get the Negatron Cloak and get to the tower to save it. There is a TP also coming down, which is Trundle's TP, of course, that he's going to go for the turret itself. Now, standing next to me, obviously, has made Tower go for it. He has ulted himself, which, he's going to be a lot, really, really tanky. Uses his blade on myself to go for the speed up, but then I see a Gragas is down here. So I have to be fairly careful. I doubt they would have killed us, but still, don't want to take a lot of damage before maybe a team fight's going to break out or Baron is in contention. You may as well play it like a little bit safe anyway. Lucian is in the mid lane, just bullying the Gragas a little bit. Use his laser beams just to do a bit of damage as well. And Trundle has walked into the grasp of Renekton here. So he does go down to my Ignite, and that opens up Baron for us. So I think we will take this. They don't have a Trundle. Ezra is bot lane. We saw Thresh was bot lane, so he's not going to be here, really quickly. But we still have to be careful of this Lee Sin. He still, is Lee Sin. His execute on Baron or any smite objective is fairly good. And Lee Sin just runs and engages, straight away. And I will just go for the Gragas. Use my flash as my E was down as I was using it on Baron for armor pen. And that will be that little skirmish there, which we come out on top of. And now is my job to zone the Lee Sin. Stop him coming into Baron. This is all I'm going to do right now. Stun. Use my damage just to kind of put him off doing it. Bam, Baron goes down. And there's another kill for me. So that makes me 7-3-4. An okay score. Much better. Well, not much, but Trundle's been doing okay. I will give him that. That Trundle is 2-2-5. He is a threat in this game, obviously. But I'm managing to get be in the right places at the right times. Now, throughout this Baron, all this fight, we didn't have Zed. Zed has been bottom lane, just free farming, going for the tower. And you can see his farm has now actually overtaken mine. He's at 199. I'm at 192. So he's actually fairly farmed as well. But we're going to go for this tier turret, giving further gold to our team. And actually evening out the turrets. So it's now 4 for 4. And the gold difference is about 9,000. So we're doing okay at this stage. We're at 27 minutes. Which is transitioning. Well, we are in late game, let's face it. And we're also going to go for the tier 2 bot lane, which they should just back off, but they decide to go further into the turret. So this is actually a mistake by them. But I'm going to move in. Now, Lee Sin actually kicks me while I E through him, so he just totally just kicks me out of the fight. But again, that's great. We have a Zed just popped in Ezreal, and we also get the Thresh. So again, this gives us pressure into the bot lane. I do have a lot of gold at this time. I've got 2.5k. You can look at it. All of our team have a lot of gold, but we're not basing yet. We're going to go for the inhib at least, and maybe even pressure for further objectives. So for now, I think that may do. we may just back out. Zed goes very ham, looking for the Gragas, but that Zhonya's does manage to save him, as well as the Lee Sin W. So I think that will be that for now. You know, a lot of people in solo queue or any game mode really on League of Legends, you really have to know when enough is enough and when to back. You know, we got a lot for that. We got, you know, the tier 2, we got Inhib, we got a tower, we got a few kills. So yeah, that's enough. So I went back and bought Spirit Visage and finished my Ninja Tabby, which makes me very tanky, very strong. And I will still be doing damage. You know, Renekton is one of them champions that you still have to be careful about him when you're in the late game stages. Now my team is just wrecking, you know, some people just got caught. I'll slow down the footage a little bit here. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to push the top wave. Now you can say that right now I'm actually fed. And yes, I am. I've actually managed to get myself from a not great start. You know, I was 0-2 for a very long time. And I've actually made myself fed, being 7-3-5 with one of the most CSs in the game. If we look into the gold tab, I've got 11,700. Comparing to my lane opponent, I am miles ahead. Even though that, you know, I didn't do great in the lane. Although I was out CSing him, you know, them 2 deaths that I had could have been avoided. Especially the one where Lee Sin kicked me over here. You know, Q then kicked. So I get the tier 2 top. Now that is one thing I like doing when I am in top lane, is making sure that we get something even if something goes bad. And now what I mean by that is my team will pushing mid. Even if their push goes bad, they lose the engage, they lose a little team fight. I'm still in the top lane pushing, therefore I get a turret, I get something out of it. So there's always a silver lining in a bad cloud, hopefully anyway, from when I can split push and do that type of thing. So again, they're not in a great position, the enemy team. They're engaging in, I would not say, a great way. So I'm in the middle of 3 of them. Sunfire will be doing quite a lot. Now Trundle, again, is our focus here. So he does actually flash out. So I'm just going to go back to the bulk. I'm a Renekton. I want to go to the bulk of the team fight. So unfortunately, I went for a bit of pathing issues there. But we should maybe be able to pick up something. My team is pressuring the bot lane. Lucian does actually flash Blade of the Ruin King onto the Ezreal and pick it up. As Renekton, I am just working my way down. Really nice, you know, dodge by Zed there onto the Gragas. And bam, he goes down. And I think this will be the game. So this was Renekton top. Not my greatest lane phase, but managing to turn it around in the team fight stage. You know, just jump in the middle of people. Be that crocodile that you know you can be. And try to kill as much as you can. Insect by Lee Sin to no avail. I get out of the range before the tower even hits me, and that will be the game. So expect top lane content, more top lane content than before. You know, Shyvana, Rise is very popular, Jax, and others like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you like this video, please put a like on the video, as it does help. So anyway, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.